Welcome to Football Madness. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this. Now let's go have some fun. Let's go. Back again to another week of Premier League review and preview show. We're back for another delicious episode, another interesting episode. We are going to be covering week 18 and week 19 in combination because they're going to be playing those games fast. I think there's only like 2 days in between those games, except for the Arsenal game. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, you are welcome to Football Madness. On this platform, we interpret football in a funny way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with us. You are welcome. For our returning subscribers, thank you for continuing to return, continue to subscribe. I appreciate the love. Please continue to like, continue to share, and continue to leave me comments. It's not personal, it is just football. Thank you for the support. So let's go into the games that we have coming up. We are going to start with Manchester City versus Everton. So Manchester City next 2 games is Manchester City versus Everton on Thursday. And then on Sunday, they play Leicester at Leicester City. For this next 2 games, I think Manchester City just need to focus on getting back to their fundamentals. They need to get back to picking up points and keeping up with the group. And right now, Manchester City has fell all the way to 7th place. So they want to get back into the mix. You want to stay close to Arsenal. You want to stay close to Chelsea. You want to stay close to Liverpool. You do not want to fall behind before it becomes a big problem where they can no longer make up the gaps. This next 2 games will be like a nice and easy game. Everton game might not be that easy because Everton play a low block type of football. They play compact football. They are not expansive. They don't give much away. They are defensively sound, and their style of football it goes against what Manchester City likes. Manchester City like teams that play expansive football, teams that comes out to attack, but that is not Everton. Everton is going to sit in front of their goal. They are going to play low block. They are not going to give much chances away. So for Pep Guardiola need to introduce KDB back in the team. Against Aston Villa, KDB was on the bench. I wonder why. That was an interesting thing I saw in the starting lineup against Aston Villa. They lost the game to Aston Villa 2-1. That was not 2-1 was nice for Manchester City. It could have been worse. But nonetheless, that game ended 2-1. So going forward, they need to remedy those mistakes they made against Aston Villa. They need to play better. They need to be sound defensively. Manchester City defense, they've just been playing nonsense pretty much. They've not been able to hold their own. They've not been able to keep Manchester City in the game. So interestingly, I think Pep Guardiola needs to play both Foden and KDB against Everton and against Leicester. Both of them need to start. Both of them need to play at the same time. Gives opportunity. That will help Haaland, because those 2 players can help create chances for Haaland. I've been saying this, Haaland is not a striker that creates his own goals. Haaland is a finisher. He wants to get behind the ball and score. He's not a player that is going to take on defenders, beat the defender and score. No, that's not him. So going forward against Everton and against Leicester, the key to victory for Manchester City will be the introduction of KDB back into the lineup, number 1. And you need to keep Foden in the lineup. You need to keep all your creative players on the field. Pep Guardiola has in the last few years, he has sold off City's future. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why this is happening to Manchester City right now. When you say players like Lavia, you say players like Palmer, you say players like Rogers, you say players like Delap, you say players like Sancho, all these players are the future of Manchester City football, but they've all been sold. That is where Pep Guardiola have failed for Manchester City. If you were to ask me, you cannot sell all these good players, all these young talented players that have now gone to other clubs and they are now doing well. They are performing at an alarming rate. It's unbelievable. Now you have a player like James McAtee on the team, and you can't even give him playing time. When he finally leaves now and go to another club and start shining, questions will be asked. Why is Pep Guardiola selling the future of Manchester City? You cannot always rely on the transfer market where you buy player. Sometimes you need to develop yours. In the past few years, Sancho left City, Palmer left City, Rogers left City, Lavia left City, Delap at Ipswich left City. Delap could easily be a backup to Haaland this season. Yes, he could easily be the backup to Haaland. But he's there playing at Ipswich, scoring goals for Ipswich. Lavia is there at Chelsea. Rogers is there at Aston Villa. Palmer is there at Chelsea. They are the best player at Chelsea. Sancho is there too at Chelsea. So for me, I will definitely keep saying it. Pep Guardiola sold the future of Manchester City. He sold them away. Yes. Because times like this is where you need these young players to hold the team together. Now you have players like McAtee on the roster, and you can't even give him playing time. In the next coming years or 1 or 2 years, you will sell him again, and when you sell him, he will go to another club and he will be shining there. So going forward in this next two games, Manchester City need to get back to their fundamental. They need to start picking up points because right now it's raining and it is raining heavily at City. It is bad. I can't believe we are saying this, but it is bad. It is everything is going terribly wrong at Manchester City. Well, these next two games should be the next two games. They need to get back to their fundamental. They need to pick up maximum 6 points. They cannot afford to drop any more points in these next two games. No, you cannot drop any more points. These next two games, you need to pick up maximum points. 6 points. That's it. For the next game we have on our list, we have the game between Chelsea and Fulham, Ipswich and Chelsea. Those are the next two games. Chelsea versus Fulham and Ipswich versus Chelsea. They play on Thursday and then they play on Monday. Please, Chelsea fans, just answer this question for me. Where are you guys getting your information from? Because it looks like all these Chelsea fans are moving like iRobot. Every Chelsea fans you speak to, we are not in the title race. We just want to pick up 3 points. We are not in the title race. We just want to win game. We just want to mind our business. All of them saying the same, echoing the same line over and over and over. Chelsea fans, you all think you're slick. Don't worry, I'm up to you. You are not slick. It's not going to happen. They had a blip against Everton. I knew Everton defense is going to be sound. I thought Chelsea was going to nick it 1-0, but unfortunately they couldn't. So they had that draw against Everton. Now Chelsea need to go and chase 3 points. They're playing Fulham first. The game against Fulham is not going to be easy. Fulham are a technical side. They play well. They are disciplined. They don't give much chances away. We saw Fulham against Arsenal, they drew. We saw Fulham against Liverpool, they drew. I won't be surprised if they can draw this game against Chelsea. Like a 1-1 kind of draw. Yeah, Fulham is not an easy side to play. They are physical, they are sound, they are disciplined. They play good defense. So be wary of that, Chelsea, when you go to play against Fulham. Though it's going to be at Stamford Bridge, so Chelsea might have the head. I believe Chelsea should have enough firepower to take care of Fulham, but if that game should be a draw, I won't be surprised. Against Everton, Chelsea defense held their own. That game could have been a game where Chelsea easily lost that game because Everton had some good chances. I remember Tosin making a good block against Everton. That could have easily been a 1-0 game where Everton won that game. So the key to victory for Chelsea in these next two games, the key to victory for Chelsea would definitely be starting with their defense. Their defense need to hold their own during this period. Defense need to keep Chelsea in the game. So if Chelsea can nick games 1-0, that would be good for Chelsea. Defense need to keep Chelsea in the game. Sanchez have not been making mistakes as he did earlier during the season, so he's been correcting his mistakes. He's been making good save. We'll give him his flower when the flowers are due. Another key to victory for Chelsea in this next two games will be ability to break teams down. Team like Everton and team like Fulham, they're kind of similar because they play good defense, and their defense is they will sit back and try to catch you on the counter attack. So this is where the creative players at Chelsea, the players like Palmer and players like Sancho, Madueke, the creative players need to break Fulham down. And when you play Ipswich is probably going to be the easy team that they are going to play in this next two games. Ipswich is going to be easier compared to Fulham. They are probably going to walk all over Ipswich. Easy 3 points there. If you were to ask me, Palmer and Jackson need to step up during this period because these games are rolling and they're rolling in fast. Without Palmer and Jackson, I've realized that without Palmer and Jackson, whenever those two players are not firing, it's going to be hard for Chelsea to pick up maximum 3 points. Chelsea do well when Jackson and Palmer is on their A game. So those two players need to be ready. Those two players need to be ready to go. They need to be sound. And also Chelsea need to do well in rotating their players. You do not want to pick up injuries during this period. The games are going to come in fast. I think there's like 3 games in the span of 2 weeks. So all these teams need to start rotating players. This is the time to rotate your players. Give key players a rest. Rotate them. Win game early. Score goals early. And try to pick up your 3 points early. Apart from that, it will be an interesting watch when we watch the game Chelsea versus Fulham. But the game Ipswich, that will be a walkover. Chelsea is going to destroy Ipswich. I don't see Ipswich posing any threat against Chelsea. That will be an easy game. So Chelsea fan, go and have you guys some fun. It's going to be a nice 2 games for you guys to just pick up good points. So and stay in the race since you guys are not in the title race. But remember to stay in the race though. Chelsea fans won't kill me. We are not in the race. We just want to pick up 3 points. I don't know who you guys think you are fooling. Please bring on the next game. The next game we have on our list. The next game we have on our list is the game between Manchester United and West Ham and then Newcastle. So they play, it is West Ham versus Manchester United and then it is Manchester United versus Newcastle. Oh Lord. At this point for Manchester United, it is so sad, man. Laughing at Manchester United now, to me, is like bullying them. Feel for the Manchester United fans. But unfortunately, they are now realizing what other teams had to go through. Life is turn by turn. What goes around comes around. Manchester United used to be the team. Now they are Santa Claus, hounding out 3 points here and there. Fortunately, it is what it is, Manchester United fans. Take heart. We understand what you guys are going through. We've been there. Well, I think every club have been there at some point in their own career. So just endure, rebuild, and bounce back again. It's a process. You endure the bad time, you rebuild, you find your own team, you find your own players, you find your own coach, and then you bounce back again. That's the process. You cannot always win every time. You win some, you lose some. But when you are losing, you need to take heart, you need to endure the process, and you need to bounce back. But losing 3-0 at home against Bournemouth, that is a new low. Yes, that is a new low for Manchester United. At Old Trafford, losing 3-0 to Bournemouth. Oh, Jesus, man, that's interesting. For the first time in Manchester United history, they are going to spend Christmas on page 2 of the Premier League table. Let that sink in. For the first time in Manchester United career as a club, they are going to spend Christmas on page 2 of the Premier League table. How did we get here, Manchester United? Because this thing is looking like the amount of karma that have been built up in the last few years. Manchester United, when you guys were terrorizing the whole league, the amount of karma you guys did, hey, it's back. What goes around comes around. It's your turn. Take heart, endure, rebuild. Remember that. So what are the keys to victory for Manchester United going forward against West Ham and against Newcastle? The key to victory for them will be just the players showing up at this point. The players just need to show up and play to their best ability. You cannot always say, oh, it's the coach, it's the coach. Like, how many coaches are going to be changed in this Manchester United club? Most of the time now is like 6 months, new coach. 1 year, new coach. The players need to step up. The players need to be counted. The players need to be reliable. Just play to your best ability. In this next 2 games, I think they have the chance to win one, at least against West Ham. They can win against West Ham, but I don't see them winning against Newcastle. At least they can beat West Ham. That is one. They can take 3 points out of 6 or 4. They can draw Newcastle and then they can beat West Ham. That will be the best I can see for Manchester United in the next 2 games. Yeah. You beat West Ham if you can beat West Ham. If the players can show up, if the players can... Don't even look at the coach. Just you as a player, show up and deliver. It's not like they don't even have players in this Manchester United squad. Because you have players in this Manchester United squad. There are some players there. And those players should be enough to win games, especially against West Ham. Because West Ham have been useless this entire season. If you cannot beat West Ham, that is a different level of low. If you cannot beat West Ham, that is a different level of low. You need to be able to beat West Ham. If you don't beat Newcastle, you draw against Newcastle at best. Yes. But at least West Ham, you have to beat West Ham. Yeah, the key to victory is in the players' hand. If the players show up, the players are ready to play for Manchester United badge. They're ready to leave everything on the line. They're ready to give everything to Manchester United fans. They're ready to fight for the badge, fight for the club. Yeah, they stand a chance. They can pick up 4 points. Even 6, who knows? At this point, everything lies on the players' hand. I just feel like the players are not giving enough. They are underperforming. They are not playing to their full potential, and it is not good enough. The next game we have on our list is between Liverpool and Leicester City, and then West Ham versus Liverpool. Liverpool play on Thursday and then on Sunday. These next 2 games for Liverpool, I need the defense to step up. Liverpool have been conceding a lot of goals. 3 against Newcastle, 2 against Fulham, 3 against Tottenham. That's 8 goals in 3 games. Liverpool defense is raining goals and is raining it heavily. You cannot keep conceding that amount of goals and think you are going to win a lot of games. No. It's time for the defense to keep clean sheet. It's time for this defense to step up and keep clean sheet. For this next 2 games, all I want to see in these next 2 games are clean sheets. Against Leicester, clean sheets. Against West Ham, clean sheet. That is the thing I just want to see a defensive masterclass. Yes. Shut out. No, do not give anything away. That is what I want to see in the next 2 games. Mo Salah, Mo Salah this season have been unbelievable. FSG, you all need to cut that check. I do not understand what you guys are waiting for. You give him a 2-year contract, 3 years contract, 2 plus 1. The one will be optional. Just give him just give him what he wants. If it is money, cut the check. Whatever at this point, Mo Salah has given Liverpool everything Liverpool have asked of him. Now it is up to FSG to give Mo Salah what Mo Salah is asking for. FSG is not fulfilling their own end of the deal. Mo Salah is doing his own part. FSG now need to do their own part. If Salah is asking for more money, give it to him. If he's asking for more years to be a Liverpool player, you give it to him. It is that simple. Because when you look at it on the scale, he's doing what he needs to do. Now FSG need to do what they need to do. Give him the contract. Every time Mo Salah step on the field, he leaves everything on the field. Even when he's not playing well, he still give us GA. He still give Liverpool ability, fighting chance to win games. You are not going to get any player like Mo Salah on the market, unfortunately. There is nobody on the market that is going to replicate or even come close to giving you what Mo Salah is giving right now. It's just sad, man. It is sad as a Liverpool fan, I can't even enjoy these moments. I cannot enjoy these victories that are rolling in. Why? Because at the back of my mind, I know Mo Salah is at the last year of his contract. Trent is at the last year of his contract. Van Dijk is at the last year of his contract. Konate has 1 more year. Alisson has 1 more year. Like, what is going on? All these players need to be signing an extended contract. We need to keep this team going. You need to get as much from this team as possible before they need to all go their separate ways. Oh my Lord. In one hand, I want to celebrate and enjoy this moment. On the other hand, I still have to remember that most of these players are on the last year of their contracts. Both doesn't go hand in hand. So for this Christmas period, FSG need to cut that check, give Liverpool a Christmas gift. The only thing we want to be hearing this Christmas period is Mo Salah has extended his 3 years contract. Van Dijk have extended his 3 years contract. Trent have extended his 5 years contract plus 1 option, making it 6. That is all I want to be hearing this period. That is a Christmas gift. Oh. And for those of you that keep comparing Mo Salah to players like Saka, Palmer, Vinicius, all these modern day wingers, please don't even do that. Mo Salah's on the league of his own. And those of you that is even comparing him to players like Hazard, no, don't do that to yourself.
At Chelsea, he was good already, but that good we play when he was playing in Barcelona. So we played in Champions League the year before, and then we were like, wow. And then we bought him like, yeah, we have to buy this guy because this guy is so good. And then in football sometimes you have up and down, and then what he did with Liverpool is wow.
Who's better, you or Mo Salah?
Mo Salah, by far.
The only players that you are going to be comparing to Mo Salah is Thierry Henry, Wayne Rooney, Shearer. That's the league where Mo Salah belongs to. Mo Salah is competing for top 5 best all-time Premier League player. That is where he is. He's not in the league with all these Palmer, Saka, Vinicius, Hazard. No. He's on the league on his own, at the top. If you want to compete, you too walk your way and bring your own players there. But those conversations are lazy argument. When you start putting Hazard next to Salah, come on, it's not even close. Let's not do that to ourselves, please. So Liverpool are going to celebrate this Christmas at the top of the table, which is a good thing for Liverpool. They can enjoy it. Enjoy your Christmas with your family. As a Liverpool fan, know that you are sitting on the table. The key to victory for Liverpool going forward in this next 2 games, I already told you. One is going to be the defense. The defense have to keep clean sheets in this next 2 games. Secondly, the attack have to continue to fire. Continue to keep the pressure on. Continue to pick up 3 points. The likes of Gakpo, the likes of Diaz, continue to help Salah pick up goals when you can. Salah continue to do what Salah is doing. Midfield, goals from midfield against Tottenham. We saw McAllister, we saw Szoboszlai. Both of them scored against Tottenham Hotspur. That is good. The midfield need to continue to replicate that. Give us goals from midfield. We need to see goals from midfield because sometime, Mo Salah might not be there, might not have a good game, might not be able to score or assist. We need somebody else to step up. But if everyone is informed, if everyone is firing, that keeps the momentum going, that keeps the lead going, and that continues to keep Liverpool at the top of the table. For the next game we have on our list, the game between Arsenal and Ipswich, and then Brentford and Arsenal. The Arsenal and Ipswich game is going to be an easy game. I feel like Arsenal is going to walk all over Ipswich. It's going to be a nice, relaxing game. Easy 3-point. It's going to be one of the most easiest 3-point Arsenal could pick up this season. But unfortunately, Arsenal fans cannot celebrate because last game against Crystal Palace, Saka went down. That's just sad. It's sad to see. But this is a result of Arteta playing Saka. In every game, you have to give Saka a rest. You are playing a Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. You are leading. You are winning the game. You still end up bringing on Saka. Why? Give Saka a rest. You cannot play Saka in every game. Every game you see Saka play. That is too much load for one person to carry. And now, he has pulled an hamstring. And that is a long one. They said he's going to be out till February. So he's going to miss this festive period. He's going to miss the crucial game in January. This is where titles are won and this is where the titles will be decided. You cannot have Saka out in this key period. Yeah, this is just sad, man. The game against Ipswich, like I said, that will be the easier game. But when you go on to Brentford, when you go to G-Tech Community Stadium, when you go there, Brentford don't lose too much games there. Brentford play good football at home. Though they lost their last game at home, which is still surprising to me how they lost that game. But it happens. Premier League, things can always go left once in a while. But for the Arsenal fans, this is the opportunity for you guys to demand more from Martinelli, from Jesus, and then from Havertz. Now that there is no Saka, Trossard, Odegaard, this is time for you guys to step up. Show that you can pick up 3 points in the absence of Saka and keep yourself in the race. Because if Saka goes down and the team goes down with him, by the time he gets back, it will be too late to keep up with the race. Chelsea are in hot form, Liverpool are in hot form. Arsenal need to continue to keep up their hot form too, because Arsenal is currently picking up 3 points too. Arsenal are keeping themselves in the race. But if this Saka injury should affect this team and they can no longer pick up goals and they can no longer score goals, it's going to be a sad season for Arsenal, because this is the year. This is the year Arsenal. Yeah, this is the year that Arsenal is supposed to step up and win the league. This is the year. They came second in the last 2 seasons. So this year that Manchester City is having a blip, this is the year Arsenal is supposed to be there. At least compete. At least bare minimum compete. Do not fold off. Do not fall off in December to January period. That is when the titles will be decided, and that's when the title will be won. This period where the games are going to roll in fast and fast and fast. For Gabriel Jesus is looking like a player that has been reborn. He looks so good in this last 2 games. He scored 5 goals for them. So I feel like he's going to be a player that needs to step up in these next coming games. So Gabriel Jesus, they can play him on the right-hand side, let him replace Saka, and then you can play Havertz through the middle or Trossard through the middle, and you can play Martinelli on the left side. But this is the time where they need to end their paycheck. They need to show that they can at least keep pace with Chelsea, keep pace with Liverpool during this period. Do not fall behind. But the game against Ipswich will be the easy game. The game against Brentford, that will be the game that Arsenal will need to play to win. Arsenal will need to step up to win. That will be the challenging game. That will be the most difficult game. Ipswich game, they will walk all over Ipswich. They will destroy Ipswich. Ipswich will be nowhere to be found. But that game against Brentford is going to test Arsenal. That will be the test for Arsenal. If Arsenal can win that game and pick up 6 points in these next 2 games, that will be a good one for Arsenal fans. We have come to the end of another episode of Review and Preview Show. Thank you for staying with us. Please, guys, remember to like, remember to subscribe. Hit that button now. Hit that button now. Let's go. Thank you for staying with us for another episode. It's been nice. It's been fun. I'll catch you guys next time. Let's go.